I knew you did it on purpose.
Jason will fill in for you if you go down.
Yeah.
We got it covered.
I don't do anything anyway, so it's fine. It's probably okay.
That's fantastic.
That's not true. Actually, our players are trained well enough. Like, they know what to do. So.
Yeah. That's the whole job, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, train them so I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There we go. You ordered up some nice weather. We're home. We got some good weather.
Absolutely. It's nice.
It is nice.
I'm actually, like, I see my skin, like, not having to, like, shiver in third base. I was, like, sending guys and had no idea. It's, like, shaking.
Back-to-back days with batting practice, so that's nice. Might be a first of the year as well. And we got good weather yesterday in Quad Cities, and now here for a 3-game homestand. How does that allow you guys to kind of establish a routine? I know it's been kind of tough on the players, not knowing if we're going to play, if we're going to take batting practice, what days they're going to play, all of that kind of stuff. Probably tougher on the pitchers than anybody.
Is that a question, or are you
no?
Just, like,
I'm
making
just
a
saying,
statement?
and you can go from there.
So yes.
Yes,
yes,
correct.
No, actually, like, it really does help those guys. Like, I think that's what every team in this league's fighting, is trying to get some consistency as far as their work and just get into the flow of games. We talk about it being a long season, but when you're playing every other day or once every couple days and then trying to squeeze in double headers, it's hard to get and establish a routine and find some consistency. So it's good to come home and have 3 days where we're, like 99% sure, unless something happens, we're going to play just one game and have some nice weather to do it. So I think guys can get a little bit more comfortable and, establish what they're trying to do.
What will be tougher, what we've done with now, where you play, don't play, don't play kind of every other day, or when we get to May, those games catch up and it's doubleheader, single game, doubleheader, 2 single games, doubleheader, and maybe that's a better question for the end of May when we go through it, but you kind of know what's coming. You've been through this before, so when those doubleheaders stack up, is that tougher, or does it depend on, I guess, the starting pitcher and how many innings they can give you?
Yeah, I think sometimes it'll tax your pitching just a little bit, having to cover so many innings, and a couple of those doubleheaders are at home. So for sure that you're going the distance on those.
Right.
So it's just one of those things where guys are going to get opportunities to play and to pitch, and we've trained our guys to go multiple innings and have extended outings out of the bullpen, and then obviously, like, it hinges on your starter having a good game. But when you're having to cover that many innings, guys in the bullpen become extremely important, and then their ability to turn over a lineup a couple times can be very, very valuable. And then coming out of it, how fast they can bounce back and how quickly they can recover. I mean, that's as close as you're going to get to a big league type of environment, because those guys up there, regardless of how many pitches they throw today, they got to be available tomorrow. So it's one of those things where you just go up to your guys and be like, what can you give me today? Are you ready to go? And most of them rise to the challenge. I'd say all of them will tell you they're ready to go, and then it just becomes incumbent on us to figure out which ones actually can throw. Guys that throw 60 pitches probably not up today, but it's an interesting dynamic to the season. It's a good experience for those guys to get stretched out and to kind of grind through those games.
Wisconsin hasn't left since we left. They didn't, and they had obviously a whole lot of snow up in Appleton. They stayed here, played Kane County for 3 days, and the schedule had them back here, so it allowed that to happen. Have you ever seen anything like that kind of happen before this level? And kind of chat with Matt, like what they're going through. Been here for a few days, spending the off day here, and a home team in a neutral site.
Yeah, I mean, they seem to be getting in a pretty nice routine here. I think they've played close to or as many home games as we have at this park. So, maybe I should ask him for like some tips on, how to position guys and how to play to the field, because it seems like he's been here longer than us. No, it's an interesting situation, but I mean, that's minor league baseball. You got to adjust and adapt, and I'm glad that we could make it happen for them. I know they were really struggling, not getting to play a lot, so anything we can do to help another team, because you never know when that's going to come back around to us. So it's been good. They have a good staff over there, a bunch of guys that I like. So, don't tell them that. I think I just announced it over the PA.
I was going to say, you may have just done that.
Because I may have to argue with them later. But no, they were very gracious and awesome guests. So, it was nice having them.
Quad Cities up there, 1-1, one game rained out, and you played there now 9 years ago. What's it like for you going back there again? And I know that obviously situations change. They were the Cardinals affiliate when you played there, and there's not a whole lot of people still around the building that were there 9 years ago, but a place where you played for a full season.
Well, I played for like 6
Half a
weeks
season,
there, and
yeah.
I really obviously wasn't that good because nobody remembers me. So, you know.
There's not a line for the Quad Cities River Bandit 2009 baseball card?
They're not having a Chris Swauger bobblehead day anytime soon. So,
That would be awesome.
Yeah, right. But no, it's cool to go back there, be in a different clubhouse. It was that was my first full season, and it was just as cold that season when we were playing there. So it's always nice that they have a good setup and a good operation down there. So that's always an enjoyable trip, and I got a couple friends from the area that I made while I was playing there, so it's good to see them. And it's probably my favorite road trip. I'd like to say it's because I'm going back to someplace I played, but actually just because it's the closest one, and we get back soon. We get back quickly after the last game.
We could walk to the ballpark from
Absolutely.
the hotel, and it's well, might not want to on Wednesday, but the other 2 days were good for it.
Yeah, you want to talk about your experience walking home on Tuesday?
That was cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tuesday night I should have ridden the bus.
Yeah.
But I was back in the hotel before you guys left.
Yeah, I know. I got you in like speed mode after the game. I like it.
Yeah, you do.
You get out of there real quick.
Yeah, that sped up from the Cruisel days of taking an hour. So that's one phone call of, hey, we're going to leave. We're the only person on the bus. That speeds you up pretty quick. And I think I threw Dan a curveball yesterday. He called to ask where I was. I'd been on the bus for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go.
I really
adaptable.
Like you're stepping your game up this year. I really appreciate it.
Adaptable.
So,
In my oldest seat, old dogs can learn new tricks. I'm good to go.
So sit. See, look at him. He's sitting.
Fantastic. Awesome. That's great. That's going to end it. Thanks, Chris. Good luck tonight.
You did, Nate.
Chris Swauger, Chiefs manager, as we get ready for a 3-game homestand. 6:30 tomorrow, 5 o'clock on Sunday. Thanks for coming out and spending your Friday with us here at Dozer Park.